If the idea of curried noodles with mixed meat in it is something that really floats your boat, I think you need to be watching this video. I'm Chin with my mum Chew.
And today we're going to show you how to cook Singapore chow mein.
And make sure you watch the outro because we give extra tips and notes on what to do that we missed during the video. So we've got some pork shoulder steaks here. Normally takeaways will be using pork collar or pork neck shoulder, sometimes it's called. It's the cut that's used for, what's the word I'm looking for? They normally use it for that thing that hipsters go wild for, pulled pork. Pulled pork.
Yeah.
This is, are hipsters even still a thing?
No,
I don't think they are anymore.
It's fading away, isn't it? Yeah.
So 2010, I guess. Anyway, we're going to put these into a bowl. And we're making the Char Siu. It's going to be a really quick recipe. If you want like the proper takeaway style recipe, comment below and I will link you the video to that. This is just something that's quick, easy, and pretty much you're probably going to have the ingredients at home.
We have some hoisin sauce.
Yeah, you want quite a bit of hoisin. The written recipe is on the recipe vault, link below.
Five spice.
Five spice, yeah.
Some garlic powder.
Got quite a bit of garlic powder.
Salt. MSG. We do need quite a bit of sugar.
Yeah, a lot. So when you make these, you can actually take the steaks and then freeze them and then take them out as and when you want to use them. Make sure they're defrost before you cook them though. And because we're missing a lot of the aromatics, we're going to be putting some ketchup into this. And this part is completely optional, but it's food colouring. Just makes it bright red.
Water.
Just top it off. Then we're just going to mix this up. The sauce left over is like a crude barbecue sauce. It's nowhere near as good if you had the aromatics and made it yourself, because that's essentially what barbecue sauce is. And we're just going to bring this to the boil and then simmer on a medium-high heat for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to take them out. If you can, wait for them to cool down. It makes them easier to cut. If not, you can cut them straight away. But in a restaurant or in a takeaway, we would wait for it to cool down before we slice it up.
Yeah, that's right. So it doesn't break.
Yeah, because sometimes they can tear.
Yes.
So now the pork is done, we're just going to take this out and let it cool down. We are actually just going to chop it up as it is because it's only been 20 minutes, so it's not as tender as normally the braised Char Siu is.
Yeah.
So we can get away with chopping this up now, but ideally you want it to cool down. Also the flavour develops a lot more. Right, so we're just going to cut this up, aren't we, Mum? It's not cold, but it's not hot either.
Yeah.
And you can cut this however you like. I'm just going to cut it in half. And I'm going to come across and cut into chunks.
Cool.
Getting hungry, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have as little or as much as you want of this.
Yes.
Because obviously you've made it.
Yeah.
So, do you want some more?
Yeah. Oh.
It's not bad for a quick recipe.
Yeah.
It does lack depth, but it's not bad at all. So now we've got a bit of chicken. Takeaways are going to be used pre-steamed or boiled chicken / poached chicken. They're not going to be velveting. Very, very few are going to be velveted in their chicken, as we're going to show you here. We do have 2 different variations of that. Both can be found in our cookbooks. If you want to know where you can get them, just comment below. So Mum is just going to find the grain.
Yep.
And she's going to go across it, which means...
See? Can you see that grain?
Yeah. So the grain is where the muscle fibres run and you want to go across it.
Yeah.
And we're just going to cut this into slices. You can have chunks, it doesn't matter, whatever you want. It works either way. So to this, we're going to add some potato starch. You can use corn flour if you want.
Some salt. Some MSG.
Keeping it real for the MSG massive.
Yes. Garlic powder. Pinch of bicarb.
Yeah, bicarbonate of soda. Baking soda to you guys in the States. And don't use baking powder. It kind of works, but not as well. Light soy sauce.
A squirt of it. Some
And
oil.
veg oil. And then what are we doing now, Ma?
Just give it a good old mix.
Yeah. The bicarbonate soda is what does the velveting, so tenderization of the meat. Essentially makes it more alkaline, so when it hits heat, it doesn't tighten up and go tough. And you want to leave this for about 20 minutes if you can. But you can use it straight away, it's just not as good.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off by cutting up an onion, and today I'm doing this instead of Mum.
Yeah.
Just
cut the both end off.
Cut it in half. Yeah. We're just going to slice these up really finely. onion done.
Next we're going to get some carrot.
And we're just going to chop a flat side, another flat side, and then we're going to come down.
We've got much thick it.
Yeah. This is just how we like our veg for this. You can cut it however you want. So you're going to cut up some peppers. You can use whatever colour you want. Today we're just going to be using green, yellow, just for colour really.
They all have different tastes, isn't it?
Yeah, they do, yeah. And red.
Some red.
There we go, peppers. Then we just got some spring onions or green onions, however you want to call them, scallions. Top and tail them. And then we're just literally going to
Dice them up.
dice them up, yeah. And that's it for the veg prep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to crack an egg. You can use 1 or 2 eggs, we're just using 1 today. A good size egg though, yeah, Ma?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the tiny one.
No.
But I do like the tiny one though.
Don't like any egg.
Pardon?
I like
No,
any.
they've got small egg. I prefer
You mean
small.
quail eggs?
No, not medium-sized egg. They don't do small egg now.
Oh, okay.
They call it medium-sized.
We're just going to add a bit. Why?
Because the medium-sized egg are laid by the hens are starting to lay. There are more nutrients on it. As they get older, the hens get older, they have less and less. It's just like
They're just getting old.
just getting older, nutrient is not so good. And as they lay longer, long time, the eggs getting bigger and bigger. And eventually, they start laying double yolk. When they have start double yolk, that's almost the end of the chicken life laying. That's what I was told when we were young.
Well, I
when
don't
we
know,
had
but
chicken like that.
yeah, Mum did used to keep chickens. I don't know if that's true. Someone please fact check that for us. It sounds true. I don't know if it is true. I've never fact checked that in my life. I've just thought.
That's what we used to do, though.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Just gonna add some salt, like a small pinch, and the same with MSG.
Yeah. And give it a whisk.
You want to mix this really well. Mix this really well.
When it had lots of bubble, you know. Froth is called. Not bubble, froth.
Yeah, bubbles. Yeah, bubbles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like that. Perfect. Okay, so we're using vermicelli rice noodles here today, and we're just going to cover these in boiling hot water, aren't we, Ma?
Yeah, boiling hot water.
And then we're going to let them sit for about 4 minutes. People say 5, but 4 is better for this, especially when we're going to be pan frying them, because that's going to cook them extra. And if you overcook them, they'll start to break apart, which could happen today because...
You can never tell with this rice noodle. It's just sometimes, if you left it in the cupboard for a very long time, they get really dry.
Well, not just that as well. There's a lot of stop and start when we're filming, so
Yeah.
it's really difficult to get these right. When we're in the restaurant, they're never overcooked. When it's here and we have to stop, start, film, it's really difficult to get it right, especially when it's in the pan. Anyway.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to rinse these under cold water to stop the cooking process. Now we can start cooking this thing. So we're going to add some veg oil to this. You want quite a bit.
Yeah, we're going to do the egg first, aren't we?
Yeah. When the oil's hot, we're going to pour the egg directly into the oil and stir at the same time. And this is going to create your ribbons.
Look at that.
And I'm going to brown this off. And yes, you want it browned really well. Some people will say it's burnt. It's not burnt, it's delicious.
It's flavour.
Yeah. Just how you like your eggs. To be honest, if you like them underdone, perfect. We like them when they're like essentially that crispy fried egg flavour,
Yeah.
which is, a lot of people would say was burnt, but we call it browned. Like that.
Yes,
That's perfect like that. So that's the colour we look for, and it gives an extra texture when it's like that. So then you're just going to set these aside. Bring your wok back, more veg oil.
more veg oil. It does need a bit oil.
It needs a lot of oil. Any chow mein needs a lot of oil. A lot of people say my noodles stick together. It's either because you've overcooked them or it's because you're not using enough oil. When this is warm, we're going to add our velveted chicken. And we're just going to brown this off. If it sticks together like this, it's always going to stick together, by the way. You just move it around and knock it off each other.
They'll just break away.
Yeah.
You're just doing what we're doing now.
So when your chicken's done, we're going to add some onions, spring onions, your peppers, carrots. Just give it a quick toss. Then I'm going to add our salt.
MSG.
Keeping it real for the MSG massive, yeah?
Yep.
I'm going to brown off the MSG. I nearly forgot, but we're going to add the prawns now. So these are deveined and deshelled king prawns. When your prawns are nearly cooked,
You can add your
noodles. And you want to be quick with these, because you don't want to overcook them. In they go. Again with some salt, some MSG, and some of your pork. Mix that in. Then I'm going to use some curry powder. We use Eastern Star because it tastes better. It's what most takeaways back in the early 2000s previously would have used. Nowadays they use Madras, which is fine, but Eastern Star is far better. And no, we're not going to be adding garlic to this. Just the Eastern Star. Honestly, it works a treat by itself.
Yeah, if you'd like to know where to get Eastern Star, just comment.
Then we're just going to add some bean sprouts and your egg back in, and then cook off for about a minute. Now, I know some people are going to say, where's the soy? We don't add soy in this. You can do if you want, but the soy flavour, in my opinion, conflicts with curry. You want to put it in, by all means you put it in. But try it this way first and you'll be like, yeah, it doesn't need the soy. And you'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what the takeaways are doing. And then we're just going to dish this up. And then we're just going to garnish with some chili flakes. And there we have it. Singapore chow mein. So, here it is. If you've never tried it before, like I said, it's essentially just curried noodles. It has nothing to do with Singapore. It wasn't invented in Singapore. It's very much a UK takeaway thing. Back in the day, it's like in the first cookbook, we would have added aged garlic puree to this, which you can do. It gives it a completely different flavour, but it's not like what you'd get in the last 20 years. Especially if you're in a city, more nowadays, it's going to be this version where they don't use garlic at all. It's not bad, it's just different. In fact, sometimes I make this version for myself because I don't have any aged garlic puree and I'm just as happy. It's just a different flavour profile.
I think it's just how you feel that day. If you want garlic, you have it. If you don't want, it's still, with or without garlic, it still tastes amazing. Good.
With the pork, you don't have to add it if you don't eat it. It's just something there. You can, in fact, use chicken thighs and do the same process with the hoisin to make Char Siu chicken. You can do it with chicken breast if you want, but it's better with chicken thighs.
You can put lamb chan meat.
Yeah.
The egg is lovely.
Yeah, it's brilliant when you fry it separately.
You can taste the egg.
And it helps get you that wok flavour at home.
Oh, look at that prawn.
You can, of course, use egg noodles for this. You can use any egg noodles you want. I personally prefer it with the thin egg noodles than with the rice noodles. It's just personal preference. But like I said, most places around here or in the UK are going to be using the vermicelli rice noodles. Yeah. Another amazing tip though, if you've got the time and you're going to do this and you want something a little bit extra special, fry an egg and put it on top and let that crack the yolk, let that drip down, and it makes such an amazing sauce. It's just a mouthful to think about. Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and comment because it helps us out loads. Liking is the best way to get our videos out there and for YouTube to know that you like our content. Also, we have these now for sale. So if you want to know where to get them, comment below.
It's so good, I might wear it out.
They're really cool. We have these in our cookery school. Anyway, well, I wear these in the restaurant. Everyone else has black ones. I get special ones. I really hope you try this version out. It's really nice, really easy. Like I said, it lacks a bit of depth compared to the older versions, but it's really worth a go.
Happy cooking, happy eating.
Happy eating indeed.
Definitely.